Given how much I love the Dusk 19R, it only makes sense that I would check out the LR01C slide from Lone Wolf Arms, which is a Glock 17 length factory ported slide, just like the Dusk 19R, but bigger. So this is a kind of a little bit of a build that Lone Wolf sent me the parts for. We've got their Timberwolf G17 sized frame here, that, you know, just nothing fancy there, just a G17. We have their ultimate adjustable trigger in the bottom here, which was very fun to install and fiddle with. Lots of little set screws that can really let you dial in exactly how you want it to break and how far you want it to, where you want the back wall to be and all those things. That's an awesome trigger. I'm excited to shoot it. I've never shot it before, so we'll see how that goes. And then of course on top here is the LR01C slide, which is factory ported. Comes with just regular Glock sights, but most of us are gonna throw a dot on top anyway, which at some point I will get to doing. Aside from that, it's just pretty much a standard, you know, Glock 17, but Lone Wolf's version. And I love that because they've got the 19-degree grip angle. I love factory ported slides, which you guys know. If you watch my channel repeatedly, you're seeing pretty much every handgun I'm running these days is factory ported or compensated. I don't know where this will fit in my rotation of guns. Get 250 rounds through it today. We're gonna see what happens. I have mostly 124 grain ammo, but I do have some 115s as well because I know some of you are gonna ask how that's gonna work. So I'll show you the ammo in just a second and then we'll get right into shooting. We got 124 grain Scorpio, 124 grain PMC, Remington, and Blazer, 115 grain PMC, and some 115 grain from Precision 1. It's like looser than it should be. I don't really know how you mess that up because it's one hole and one pin. Yeah, we're getting it. I did two things. I put a little bit of lube on the extractor just in case it was dry for the factory. My kids make this like concentration face and I realize that I'm doing it right now too, so comes to the territory, I guess. All right, first 17 round mag, LR01C slide, Timberwolf frame, and the ultimate trigger. I will say before I take the first shot, this came in pieces and I put it together. In dry fire, it works fine. I'll see how it goes in live fire, but there's a little disclaimer there. This does not come as a complete build. This is actually, frankly, the slide that Lone Wolf is specifically interested in me reviewing, but they sent me the rest of the parts so that I had a Glock 17 to try the slide on top of. All right, with that being said, my glasses are already fogging. Let me throw some rounds through this. Starting off with 124 grain Scorpio ammo, which has run really well for me on the last few videos that I did. I had to say that. All right, that was a failure to eject the brass all the way. That time, it missed picking up the next round. I'm okay with a few issues early on. There's a lot of like literally moving parts here in the sense of I slapped this thing together and, you know, trying to work out the kinks. So far, shoots really nice though. I will be honest about that for sure. All right, that's 3 rounds of this ammo that it did not seem to really appreciate ejecting. So let's try something else. Okay. I did 2 things. I put a little bit of lube on the extractor just in case it was dry for the factory. Because again, this comes as a slide kit, not as a full gun. It was assembled, to be clear, but just in case. And I switched to 124 grain PMC. See if we can make it through 15 rounds, which is what I have in here, and we will adjust from there. All right, that's 4 more. Still having similar issues. Let's try some 115. All right, 5 rounds of Precision 1, 115 grain, just normal 115, not competition, so full pressure. See how it likes this. Got through a few, that's a start. All right.
Progress. Let's keep going.
Same ammo, 15 rounds this time. Yeah, we're getting it. This is an awesome example of why you bring a bunch of different ammos when you're testing out a new gun, especially if it's got a comp or a factory port. They just rob enough velocity sometimes that the recoil reduction is awesome, but some ammos just don't run as well, and sometimes they need some break-in. So that's why I brought a whole bunch of things, because you just don't know what's going to run through that thing until you try it. So far, P1 ammo is running pretty good, and I'm really liking the recoil impulse on this. It's smooth. Yeah, some doubles are working all right. Here we go, 15 rounds. Sweet. I'm gonna load up with some more P1 115 and let's keep after this. All right, these next mags are full of P1 115 grain. All right, so 17 times 2 plus 22. So whatever that adds up to, solid 50 rounds at least. We'll see how it makes it. That was essentially a lockback on a not empty mag. That actually was a lockback on a not empty mag. That's not an ammo issue. I don't know exactly what caused that, but that has nothing to do with the slide or the ammo. Cool. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I can't see out of my right glass. It is not hot here in Tennessee today, probably like low 80s, mid 80s maybe, but the humidity spiked this afternoon. Of course, when I needed to be outside doing this. Another 17 rounds. Yeah, this is running. Full mag, no problems. Extendo, 22 rounder. Got the shield arms +5 on a 17 round Glock 17 mag. I am admittedly not the best iron sight shooter. I just got 5 out of 6 on my plates with that. Dang it. Working on irons. It's a work in progress. You can roast me in the comments. I shot dots a lot. I shoot dots a lot. But with all the reviews I'm doing, I don't have enough dots to put on the handguns to get in, which is a really great problem to have, transparently. So I'm trying to use this as an opportunity to work on irons. They're so close right there. This is running really nice though. Cool. Love it. All right, 5 rounds of PMC 115. Gonna see if it shoots this. If it does, I'll load up all my mags. Gun needs to cool anyway, but I'm curious to try this before I put the effort into loading 3 mags of it. See you in a few minutes. 45 more rounds of PMC 115, which is all I have left of the PMC. We'll get through this and then I'll probably try some more 124s because I have it. And we'll see where that goes. There we go. That was 6 plates. Pretty slow, but I'll take the win. That again is the lockback on a full mag. Now I had to take this whole thing apart to put the trigger in, and I'm going to admit the trigger, or not the trigger. The slide release felt funky when I put it back together. I'm betting I have something off there. It obviously functions. It's like looser than it should be. I don't really know how you mess that up because it's 1 hole and 1 pin. Somebody's gonna make a joke about that in the comments. I'm blaming me on that, and I'm gonna be really transparent because if somebody goes and watches this video and says, "Oh, that gun locks back with the mag still half loaded," they would get the wrong impression. So I'm just gonna own that that's probably my error. I will take this apart and fiddle with it some more because obviously what I thought was not a big deal seems to be a big deal. But since I fiddled with it, that's not going on Lone Wolf. That's on me. All right. That does run pretty nice. While grabbing the next mag, this trigger's awesome. It's been a while since I've shot a curved trigger in a Glock. I was excited to get this. It was really cool of them to send it to me, but I just wasn't like, okay, it's just a curved trigger. Yay. It shoots really nice. From a trigger pull, wall, and reset perspective. I'm glad I took the time to fiddle with it. I didn't document that. I don't have a good studio set up in our new home yet. So you're just gonna have to follow their instructions if you get one of these for your own. But I can say it was definitely worth the time to dial that in. And my things are fogging again. If you see my face looking really stupid here, my hands are so sweaty, they're sliding all over the frame, and I'm trying to concentrate. And my kids make this like concentration face, and I realize that I'm doing it right now too. So comes with the territory, I guess. Oh, that was the last one anyway. All right, that was good. PMC 115. Let's try some 124 and see where we end up with that. All right, 5 rounds of the Scorpio. I'm hoping that it's broken a little bit and it's gonna run this, but I guess we'll see what happens, and then I'll share more thoughts based on that. Oh yeah! All right, while I'm suiting back up here, I took a break to let the gun cool down because it was getting really freaking hot, and walked up to my house and grabbed my Timberwolf 19X full-size pistol.
Full pistol.
And I'll be doing a review on that here today as well. So I got that, and I got the ammo for that review. Well, the LR01C is still hot. I might have to switch to gloves. Might have to throw glasses out too. I know somebody's gonna chime in that you should get anti-fogging stuff and lens wipes, and it's just another thing to buy that I do have to get. Anyway, let's get back to shooting. Scorpio ammo, as a reminder, 124 grain. At the moment, the biggest problem I'm running into is sweaty hands. Other than that, things are going good. This thing's fun. This is the last of my Scorpio ammo. And then I'm going to try just a couple other things here and put a bow on this review. Got a full 22 rounder and a very hot gun and sweaty hands. Fun times. Okay, we're about down to the end. I've got 10 rounds of 104. I've got 10 rounds of 124 grain Remington UMC, and then I've got 2 other mags of 10 rounds of other 124 grain ammos. We're gonna just get through this, and then I'm gonna give you my final thoughts, because this gun's toasty hot. I'm sweating like crazy. And I still have another review to do. Ow. That hit me right in the frickin' forehead. I hope my editor can get that on slow-mo or something. Remington 124 runs just fine. PMC bronze, 124 grain, 10 rounds. Laser brass, 124 grain, 10 rounds. That is a failure to go into battery. Easily resolved to the bag tap. Another one. Couple little hiccups right there. Let's talk about the very spicy, as in literally hot and also shoots quite nice, LR01C slide, Timberwolf 17 size frame, Glock ultimate adjustable trigger from Lone Wolf Arms. This is fun to shoot. first of all. What I like about this is you could just take, like, you can just buy this slide from them, right? Like, you don't have to get all this stuff. So if you have a Glock 17, you're like, man, I want a factory ported slide, go buy this. It comes pretty much ready to go. You probably already have a red dot. You probably already have iron sights, like co-witnessing iron sights. So just slap them on there, and then you have a factory ported Glock 17 that's gonna run way better, less recoil, but it'll still be the exact same setup you already have. So it's like a very budget-friendly way to get a, you know, ported Glock 17 that has all the reliability that Lone Wolf is known for in a cool buy it off the shelf type package. The ultimate adjustable trigger I did give my thoughts on before. I'll just say it has been continued to be fun to shoot and is pleasantly surprising for a curved trigger. Timberwolf frame, I love this 19-degree grip angle. I'm gonna do a video at some point soon shooting my 3 Lone Wolf pistols and talking about why this 19-degree grip angle is such a game changer for a Glock style handgun, because the keyboard warriors out there are like,
it's 2 degrees, it doesn't make a difference.
It does?
At least for me. Maybe it doesn't for you, that's cool. But it does for me, and I love it. It's a great upgrade. I wish I had found them years ago. Honestly, I did not, but that's all right. Let's talk about this review. Out of the gate, had some issues with a few ammos. Obviously, there was a thing. We found it was running 115 grain from Precision 1 well, then we switched to 115 grain from PMC, and that ran well. And then everything else ran well, except for a few of the blazers didn't quite cycle forward hard enough. I would just not run blazer through this gun, to be totally frank. Like, that'd be a really easy win for me, because it was one ammo type. It was at the end of the review, and I've shot a lot through this gun today. It's really hot, and I used a lot more of the Precision 1 ammo than I intended to, breaking it in. So I don't want to run more ammo through it, but I'm not really concerned that it doesn't like blazer. To me, that's just okay, don't shoot blazer through this problem. It has less to say with the gun and more to say with the ammo, in my opinion. The other thing, the elephant in the room that showed up a few times, was the slide locking back on a, not unloaded magazine, which I took full ownership of. I want to be super clear, I'm pretty sure that was my fault. I have disassembled and reassembled Glocks a million times, but I still think I made an error somewhere, and I want to own that, because I really don't want anyone to go back and blast Lone Wolf to their buddies about this problem, because it was me. All that being said, this is a fantastic combo. I'm really grateful to Lone Wolf for sending this to me, and for the other Lone Wolves that I have as well. Really a company I have a good relationship with, and I really have a lot of respect for them and a lot of gratitude to the opportunity that I get to keep reviewing their products. So thank you to them and their marketing team. Really grateful for that. I want to know what you think about this. Would you drop this slide on your Glock 17 or I was gonna say 19X, but that's not right. Would you drop this on your Glock 17? Would you run this full setup? If you have this trigger or are interested in this trigger, I'd like to hear your thoughts on that too. This is a little bit of an conglomeration of different things being reviewed, but at the end of the day, I'm very pleased with how everything ran, worked out the kinks, took ownership where we needed to, and I think I can definitely recommend this, but I will certainly do another video or two on this, just like I'm about to do on the Timberwolf 19X that I have, because long-term reliability is definitely something that's important to any gun owner, and I want to show you guys, the use case through approximately 1,000 rounds, all right? Thank you guys, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, and like this video.